What's happening? It's your girl Mahogany Major, host of that Red Cup Confessions right here on aradio.com. That is on your Facebook, YouTube, live situations on these Fridays. You know we look. I told you it's 3-ish, so you know it's Friday, baby. Grab that cup, pour it up, and make sure y'all toast it with me. You know, toasting to the weekend because it's motherfucking Friday right here at A Radio on these Red Cup Confessions. So I know I called it the kickback situation for today, but you know, we're gonna kick back, relax, and have a conversation that, you know, needs to be had, you know what I mean? Which is the conversation of domestic violence in the LGBTQ community. I know I kind of missed it a little bit because I didn't have the show last week. However, we still going to touch on it because even though it's not, you know, domestic violence month anymore, awareness month anymore, we need that awareness all throughout the year, especially with this LGBTQ community, because a lot of times, if y'all haven't noticed, it's overlooked. Just like in the hetero, you know, world or whatever, where they be like, oh, that man can't be getting his ass kicked by that little woman over there. But, you know, shit happens, and, you know, you can't sit there and dismiss the actions or shenanigans or whatever that's popping off. So today we're going to talk about it, you know what I mean? My guest today is Quinn. You'll be able to find her on IG at she's_Quinn, QUIN_ for, you know, the updates and resources and things like that, because we're going to touch on, like I said, domestic violence in the LGBTQ community and pretty much, you know, discuss different experiences, different resources, and, you know, basically just bring that awareness. Like I said, we cheersing it up today, grown-up style. Red Cup Confessions right here on A Radio. Hope y'all ready. So welcome, Quinn. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, yes. Look, snaps all over. That's the applause.
Absolutely.
You know. Hope you got that cup ready because, hey, we're going to dig right in.
I need the cup, so it's definitely ready.
Yes. So, all right. So today, you know, we're going to touch on different things like, let's see, how, you know, what kind of experiences and things like that were your personal experiences, you know, or let's start here. Let's start from where your actual, like, why this is close to you and why, you know, this is such a near and dear topic for you.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a very near and dear topic to me because I have been a survivor of domestic violence. Mm-hmm. And it's funny when you go through it as a lesbian woman or somebody that's dating someone queer or unique, and people think, oh, well, you know, they're just having an argument, or she just slapped her, they're just fighting. It's just two girls fighting. It's just two guys fighting. And it's abuse. And I basically went through that, and I didn't have an outlet. I didn't have anybody that I could go and talk to or any resources that I could dig into because, you know, as everyone probably already knows, domestic violence within our community is overshadowed by, like you said, what's going on in the heterosexual community. Right. It basically gets no light. It gets no attention. We don't have any real resources. I mean, I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and there's absolutely nothing here for you to really fall back on. And if you wanted to know where you could go to get some help, you would have to do the research yourself. And so that's why it's so important, because I would love to be just that kind of grounding point for a lot of people in our community that are being abused, that are being hit or having their finances taken advantage of, or being told things like they are hurtful to them just to make them feel small. I want them to know that they have somewhere that they can go to get help for stuff like that. So Right, because it's a lot of, you know, I noticed that there's a lot of people who are afraid to actually, like, speak up about it or speak out because of fear of being ridiculed or within the community, or they feel like, oh, no one will hear me, no one will listen to me, or whatever the case. So what was it for you that made you, you know, pretty much start not just speaking up, but actually stepping out on that and actually, you know, making sure that your voice was heard and that you start, you know, you pretty much put that value on your experience, your life experience, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what we all here for this journey, ain't that right? Yeah, for sure. Well, what happened was I had a really bad fight. And it was in that moment that it got so bad that I knew that if I had stayed, I was going to lose my life. It was to that point. And I was isolated. I was away from my family, and I had to figure out how to get out of this situation on my own without their help and without my human at the time, her actually knowing that I was trying to get the fuck away from her.
Right.
Can I say that?
Right.
Can I
Yeah,
say that word?
yeah, you can say what you want. It's internet radio. We radio right here. You say what you want.
So after going through all that and moving a few states down the road, back with my family, getting things together, I healed. And I'm still a little scabby. I can still say that every day is a healing process, because you spend every day telling yourself that all of these lies that were told to you on a regular basis are not who you are.
Right.
And when I got to that point to where I could wake up and say, this is not me, I deserve better, I am better, I don't have to take abuse, I can be my own person, it's okay for me to wear a little makeup sometimes, I'm comfortable with who I am, I love me differently. Once I got to the point to where I could do that, then that's what made me say, you know what, I can actually step out, because I've been in situations, to be honest,
right.
enough to where I can understand it from many different angles, from different people. So now I feel like I can speak up about it because I've been there. I'm not just somebody saying, hey, get out of that situation, and I wasn't in that situation. That's not fair, but I understand because I was in that situation. So how can I not speak up about it when no one's really speaking up about it? I feel like that's my duty at this moment in my life.
Right. And I applaud you, like, seriously. I applaud you for actually, speaking out on it, for stepping out, of those situations, because you said that there was more than one situation you've been in?
It was more than one situation. Well, my first situation was with my ex-fiance. We were engaged, and it was a Valentine's Day weekend. And mind you, she had put her hands on me before, so I was used to it, as crazy as it sounds. But this particular weekend, she decided that our argument was going to escalate to her basically purposely damaging me in my eyesight. So I was physically blind in my left eye for almost 6 months. I could not see anything. I had to have help. And I had to learn how to manage with, like, one eyeball. They actually thought they were going to have to remove it from the socket. And that was my first situation that, like, really made me be like, oh, shit, I got to get the fuck out of here because this isn't right.
Right.
This is scary. I don't deserve this, even though I was told that I deserved it over and over and over again. And the fact is that this person was insecure and didn't know who they were. So they took all of their nastiness and gave it to me, and I took it. So, and I didn't learn what I needed to learn from that situation, and I didn't have any outlet. I didn't have anybody to talk to lean on, so I just went through it by myself. I didn't heal properly, and I ended up in a whole nother situation with a whole nother person doing basically the same shit to me.
Wow. Okay, so how long would you say that between the two, like, how long did it pretty much span? Like, how much time were you actually dealing with, and trying to get yourself out of these situations? Like, if you could put a time frame on it.
Yeah, I mean, it varies. Like, my last situation that I was in, I basically bought me a bus ticket 3 months in advance for $1.
Wow.
And I had to, like, basically, because like we already understand, there are no, like, real resources and stuff like that, like sharing situations. So I didn't know a number I could call or website I could go to where they would get me to a safe place, like they have for women and individuals being abused. So that it took 3 months of me staying there, taking the shit, and just basically sucking it up so that I didn't go home injured.
Okay.
So that I could get home in one piece. I had to strategically plan that situation. Okay. I knew I wasn't coming back, but she thought I was.
Right.
It took time, and this is a person that I had been with for almost 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's definitely an amazing story to hear. Like, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's sad that there's so many people that can actually relate to your story, you know. But, you know, I'm glad, like I said, you know, I'm glad that you were able to rise above it, and not only just rise above it, but actually, like you said, heal from it and seek that healing instead of, you know, a lot of people, you know, as a lot of the statistics and different life experiences shows, you know, how it can go any kind of way. People deal with these things, you know, in various forms, and it's not always a healing situation. You know, it's a lot of self-destruction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a lot of, you know, you see like a lot of self-destruction, self-sabotage, and, you know, types of
drugs.
Yes.
Promiscuity.
Right.
People do a lot of things because they think that it's going to help them heal. It's going to mask them instead of helping them actually heal, so they can steal. You know,
right.
And it's like you have to get to a point to where you're like, okay, I can't conceal this anymore. I got to actually heal from this, because who wants to repeat that? Who wants to stay in the first grade forever? Like, right. Dang, every kid want to go to the second grade and read second grade books. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
You got to grow up sometime, right? You got to have some form of growth. But yeah, I
exactly. You want to hold yourself back, you know, when you can elevate to something so much more and do so much more for yourself,
right.
And love yourself properly, so that you can then be loved properly and love properly. You know,
right.
it kind of all boils back to how much do you love yourself? Do you love yourself more than this person? Because you have to. It's no way that you can sit up here and say that, oh, I'm going to love you more than me. Fuck no, I'm not. I'm about to love me more, and I'm about to get the hell away from you.
Exactly, because you have to love yourself enough to be like, you know what, I deserve better. Like on some form of level, even if it's like they say that mustard seed of faith, you know, that little mustard seed on the ground, that you gotta pick yourself up, you know.
Or if
you don't do it. But if you know, it's like it's one of them things where even if you got to reach for that little string of light, like, you know what I'm saying, as long as you're reaching for it, that's the way I put it. You know, I always look at it. As long as you actually reaching for it, then you already a step above where you needed to be. You know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
You know, that I always, you know, try to encourage women with the X, all of them, you know, anybody that's actually out there, that's actually out there enduring these things and sitting suffering quietly, or hell, suffering out loud, because some people actually do say something and they be like, oh, you know, you can't.
Nobody hears you. That's why nobody says anything. Exactly.
Right, and that's the sad part. But, you know, for those people out there, we do have resources, you know, of course, because there are, you know, different things out there different organizations out there that you can actually reach out to, which we have the womenagainst.abuse.org, which is a local organization right here in Philadelphia, whatever. So, you know, for anybody who's going through or whatever, I'm going to actually post all this stuff after the show and everything. So if you go on Red Cup Confessions or I Am Mahogany Major on Instagram, you'll be able to find this information. I'm sure you'll be able to, you know, find it on A Radio as well. But we have the womenagainst.abuse.org, which is the locals. We also have the HRC.org, which is the Human Rights Campaign. And you can also reach out to the hotline.org, which is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. And that phone number is 1-800-799-7233. Like I said, you know, all this information to be posted because we are trying to bring awareness. As you know, we talk about the good, the bad, and the indifferent in the LGBT community. And today is just one of those little clouds that people don't like to talk about. That white elephant, that whatever you want to call it, that thing that people don't want to talk about, that you want to hush and, you know, sweep under the rug a little bit. But that ain't what we're doing today. Right here, we letting it be known on Red Cup Confessions. You know, and you tuning in right here at aradio.com. You can find us on Fridays at 3 o'clock-ish in the afternoon, as well as on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at A Radio. So that's AYEE Radio, just to be clear. So, you know, like I said, for all the ones that's just now tuning in, we are on the phone having this interview with Quinn, where you can find her at she's_Quinn_ on Instagram, which, if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned the potential for a nonprofit organization because this is such a near and dear, you know, situation to your heart, correct?
Yes, I am actually having playing with some ideas. So nonprofit. Basically, I'm your homegirl. I'm your auntie. I'm your big sister. I'm your friend. Quinn Knows. So my goal is to be that person that's on the battlefield for everybody or anybody that is being abused, to provide resources and also to reach out to women in the community. Working on a couple of things this winter to have some drives and things of that nature. You know, it's getting cold, y'all. So people need stuff to keep warm, and a lot of times women who are abused depend on their spouse for things.
Right.
So it's nice to know that, okay, I went through this. I can go somewhere where I can get clothes, where I can get things that I need. I can go to this resource and I can find other resources that can provide me with things that I need. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. So, my DM is always open. You can message me. You can talk to me. Nobody will ever know your business. I don't care who you are, what you do, how much money you make. None of that matters. I don't care how much shit you feel like you've been through, that you feel embarrassed or you feel like, oh, I shouldn't allow myself to go through this. I'm stupid. You're not stupid at all. You're having a human experience, and I'm a human that wants to be there for you because I absolutely get it. So, yeah, definitely working on that and trying to make some connections and get some things done and whatnot. So if anybody has any suggestions or if you want a topic to be touched, if you want to see a meme, I don't care what it is. If you think something is hilarious and it touches your heart and it makes you smile, you send it to me. I'll be happy to share it with the world, and I'll be happy to share it with you. So that's basically the whole foundation of Quinn Knows, is just being that person, and I'm just trying to be that person and maybe meet some more humans, and we can all come together and build an army so that people can know that they aren't alone, that we do have each other's back. We are all experiencing human things, and that it's okay. So
Exactly. It's okay to be human out here in this world, because it's hard. It's hard out here for a pimp, honey. I don't know if y'all know, but it's hard. But, you know, as long as you keep that pimp cane strong, you know what I'm saying, to keep that stride, you know, smooth like butter, you be all right. So,
for sure.
All right, so the name of the nonprofit will potentially be Quinn Knows. So we'll know to look out for
Quinn
that.
Knows.
Quinn Knows, all right. So we'll know to look out for that. And also just touching on, you know, some of, like you mentioned, that the nonprofit pretty much is aiming towards people who've dealt with or deal with economic abuse. Like you were saying, you know, sometimes they are only their spouses or significant others or whatever the case you want to call them, because I call them quite insignificant. If they're doing that much in your life, it's just not that significant, you know. But
yeah, for sure.
You know, just I know that there's varying levels of abuse. Just in my research, you know, just trying to make sure I'm a little more involved or informed on the topic, because I've dealt with the little things and I've had little experiences. However, they're usually like third-party experiences where it's not, you know, I'm not legit involved, but I'm indirectly involved on some old whatever. But for the most part, I know, you know, there's, for anybody out there who think that, or they're not sure that they're actually, you know, in an abusive situation or whatever, there's different types of power and control techniques out there. And if, you know, Quinn, you can agree, the list is that I have are the using economic abuse, as we've mentioned, like using their privilege, throwing your weight around, like, oh, I know you can't get this, but I can get it. So what are you going to do for me to, you know, make this happen? And we ain't doing nothing for Klondikes around here, okay? So, you know, I know that there's different situations where they use the children. You know, if you got kids involved, whether they're your biological kids or not, if they know that you have some form of attachment, like emotional attachment, they'll sit there and hang those kids over you. Or you'll sit there and see, you know, it's like hella movies out here that you see, like the man or whatever the case, the aggressor will say, will actually do something crazy or threaten to do something crazy to the kids just to get a rise out of that person. You know, it's all kinds of like wild shit out here. Evil is running rampant, evil was rampant. But you know, those types of situations happen. I know the coercion and threats, threatening, we all know that kind of is self-explanatory. Using intimidation, denying or minimizing blame, like saying that they're not, it ain't no way that I did that. That was you. Like,
right. That was you. That you deserve that. You deserve that. I did that because you deserve that.
Right.
Stuff like that, like, that's not okay.
Exactly.
That's abuse.
So, in those types of situations, how did you, with that type of, specific situation, how did you respond even when, all right, when you were in it, how did you respond, and what would your reaction be now that you've healed?
In the situation, I did what I was told to have the least amount of confrontation, and I would just be stiff because you can't relax when you having somebody tell you, if you look left, I'm going to smack you. If you look right, I'm going to do this. You better not look over there. You better not walk this way. Like, literally, it's like having somebody be almost a ventriloquist. So I almost didn't know what to do except for what I was told to do. And now, I mean, before I could even get there, I'm out. Like, right. I can't. Now, knowing what I know now, in a situation like that, having somebody say to me, oh, if you do this, I'm going to put my hands on you, then I would absolutely just look at them like, you're a hurt person. I'm not going to let your hurt nastiness be all up on me, and I'm out. Like, you have a good night. I'm about to hop in this Uber, go and pour all my vodka in the glass and sip it. Right. I gotta baptize you up out of me. You got to go. But yeah, I definitely would have walked away, and then I was just willing to stay because I felt like if I stayed and I did these things, it would prove my love. It'll prove, I'm worthy of this person. They probably gonna marry me because I'm being everything that they asked me to be, but they wasn't asking me to be anything.
Right. And in reality, they're not even allowing you to be. Yeah. It's just like, how in the world can you, I don't understand, I think a lot of times it's like it's a lot, like you said, it's hurt people. So, a lot of these complexes out here that's undealt with or unhealed, whatever, traumas from childhood or whatever, because they could have been the person that actually went through some shit themselves and just was like, all right, well, I'm out of it, so I'm good just because I'm out of it, but not actually dealing with those those different things that could help them. That could help them actually heal or grow better, like, you know what I mean, or whatever, or become a better version of themselves than what they've been or what they've been through, and not be what they've been, look like what they've been through, basically. But you did touch on something that made a lot of sense, and that I think speaks volumes that a lot of people don't pay attention to, and that's the importance of knowing other people's love language. Like, if you are one of those types of people that you're getting to know your potential partners or your partner, whatever the case, whatever is going on, because it is cuffing season, it's probably just a potential. But and speaking of, wait a minute, let me go ahead. Speaking of cuffing season, if y'all go on Amazon.com/shop /I am Mahogany Major, click on that cuffing season list. You know what I mean? Idea list, because hey, it's cuffing season. You already know. It's a whole bunch of gift ideas and things of that nature to go ahead and get that thing popping for you. You got adult games and all that. But back to the topic of love languages. That's mine.
Yes, I mean, well, self-love, all love.
That's mine. But so it's very important to know the different love languages and things, like, or how people love. Is that, if they're showing different signs of abusive behavior, or if they're showing different, if you seeing some kind of yellow flash or red flash, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how are you proceeding from there? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you having those conversations? Are you communicating like, hey, I noticed this, let's talk about it? And then how are they responding? You know what I'm saying? And then, how are you proceeding when they do respond? You know what I'm saying? Like, how?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like, just in your experiences in hindsight, what do you think that, because I know you did mention that you could tell that a lot of the things you went through was because these people suffered from their own personal abusive experiences. Did you notice anything that was in their love languages, or do you think that that was their love language that manifested into what it was?
I feel like, yeah, it is funny that you even put it like that, because I think that was well put. I think that is part of their love language, because all they have known is chaos. Mm-hmm. So, like the whole fish in water, a fish doesn't know it's in water. Remember that? We talked about that. Like, a fish doesn't know that it's in water. It's lived its whole entire life in water. It just realized something is wrong when you take it out of water.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, shit. And then it's like you come along and you see this person is damaged and bruised, and you have that kind of love in you, that healer kind of love in you, and you want to give this to this person because you want to see them healed, and you sit and you deal with the shits instead of being like, you know what, I'm put this fish back in the water. It ain't for me. I ain't supposed to take it home, you know, and, you know, knowing that it is true. A lot of them people just who are abusers have been damaged, you know. They both had a past.
Right.
And neither one of them really knew how to communicate, I don't like this, without being physical. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't like this, I'm going to punch you because you're going to understand the punch. But not that you can just understand the words, you know. And I think that just kind of spills over because they don't heal. And I didn't want to be the person that had healed that dragged that shit out into the rest of my life. Like, I'm almost 40. I don't want that. I don't want to take that with me. You know, and they had been carrying it. They still carrying it. I'm not. I can't, you know. So when you recognize a person as a person that hasn't healed, sometimes you have to be like, here's some resources for you.
Right.
So you have to be an educated healer if you're going to be out here healing people. Here's some resources for you. I love you as a human being, but this is not for me. And we need to learn how to say that when we recognize those things, but we don't. And then we feel like we got to be the shero, and then bada bing, bada boom.
Yes, and speak on that. Because it's a whole lot of people out here that think that they can save everyone. And that's just not the case, y'all. It's not your job. It's not your job. I don't care if you are a healer. I am a healer too. And that's why I can, you know, I feel like I can kind of speak from this space a little bit. And it's not like I'm going out there just touching people and just, but, you know, I ain't doing all that.
Absolutely
but,
not.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I have a lot of people who come and open up to me, hence Red Cup Confessions. So if y'all got any you want to, you know, submit, hit me up. I'm open. You know, because we all human around here with having a, you know, we all spiritual having a human experience or whatever that, you know, saying goes, however that saying goes. Y'all know what I mean. But there's, you know, a lot of people out here that feel like they can be that game changer. They can be that one person or that one thing that's going to, you know, make this person completely change. And oh my gosh, they're going to be a brand new human being if I just spit shine here and, you know, polish there. And oh, if I just bow here, they'll be fine. No, you cannot. And it's not your job to fix anyone. You have to fix you. You have to be healed completely. Ain't no such thing as a perfect human being. So you should be so busy working on you that you ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not saying that you are not trying to or not willing to be that ear or that listening, healing, you know, nurturing person. You can still be you. However, you have to learn how to guard and protect your energy, guard and protect yourself so that none of the things that's happening around you, you know, you helping someone is not actually deteriorating you. Because a lot of times you won't see it. A lot of times, you know, people don't see it. They won't see that somebody is completely digging out pieces because you don't see it on the outside. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of which that touches on the emotional abuse portion and even the isolation portion. Because if you are actually being emotionally abused all the time, or if that person is being emotionally abused all the time, and you're the one taking it as the healer, you know, thinking that your shields are strong enough to handle it, you don't realize how many hits that you've actually taken. And now all of a sudden you in that isolation mode, and they've put you in that mental mind frame because you can be isolated and be in a whole crowd. How often? I know I have. So it's not, you know, it's one of them things where you have to know where to call it, you know, put up those boundaries, put up those limitations, and that's for everyone, like, period. Yeah, because you don't let anybody destroy your energy. Don't let anybody destroy your atmosphere, your personal space. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody put some stank air in your bubble, okay?
Oh, honey.
Let's just not, okay? Cheers to that. Lift up your cups, honey. But, you know, it's just basically, I just, you know, the whole point of all of this and the point of bringing awareness to domestic violence, especially in the LGBTQ community, like I said, you know, is there's a lot of people that's not speaking up. So there's plenty of resources out there. You know, we have Quinn right here, you know, about to start up this nonprofit organization with the Quinn Knows. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much stuff out here. We got the womenagainstabuse.org, we got the hrc.org, and we have the National Domestic Violence Hotline, which is the hotline.org. So it's so many, it's different resources out here, period. Like, period. Even though, you know, this is Red Cup, you know, I'm gonna make everything do what it do, but we like to keep it community around here. We want to make sure we healing, not just partying. You know what I'm saying? We healing, not just getting lit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know, everybody that knows anything about me or Red Cup Confessions, you know that the lituation ain't always just look off. It might be some 420 because I am a candy enthusiast. You know what I'm saying? For all those enthusiasts out there, we looking for them sponsorships and things of that nature. So hit me out, Red Cup Confessions on that DM. But you know, also Red Cup Confessions 215@gmail.com. But the whole point is there's a lot of things. There's a lot of different ways. You know, there's vegan ways. There's holistic ways. There's all kinds of ways and resources out here to start working on that inner internal healing, that mental healing, that mental health, that physical health, and that emotional health, just spiritual health, cause everything, all of the above, honey. I don't care if you got to call on all of them, okay? All of them coexist, all of them. Just pull it together. Help pull you together. Focus on you, meditate on that, you know what I mean? And get you a cup and light up. Hey, Red Cup Confession style. Tell Mahogany Major Soldier to do it. I did it. But, you know, we're going to wrap it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Like I said, thank you so much, Quinn, for, you know, joining us. You can find her, DMs open, you know, if you need to chit-chat and you don't want nobody to know about it, whatever the case. She's _QUIN_ on Instagram, and look out for that Quinn Knows, as well as anybody that's, you know, if you need more resources and information, look out for them posts right there on Red Cup Confessions on Instagram and Facebook, as well as you can follow me on Mahogany Major Facebook, Red Cup Confessions on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good things. Just reach out, honey. It's there. We here. Yeah. So, you know, just there's always an ear, you know, willing to listen, you know what I'm saying, and willing to help you at least go in there. If we don't know, hell, we'll help guide you in the right direction. We'll help you research, you know what I'm saying? We'll research with you. Because hell, we might need to know too, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just, thank you so much for actually sharing your story with us. You know what I'm saying? Sharing it, you know, seriously. Because it's something that, you know, and like I said, there's a lot of people not wanting to speak up. So, you know, anybody out there, you can call in, all that good stuff. You don't, which not today, we're going to do this another time. However, the phone line will always be open, 215-921-5567. If you need information, you can leave a voicemail, some things, who knows. Also, you can hit up that Red Cup Confessions 215@gmail.com. You can hit up Mahogany Major @gmail.com. You can hit up, like I said, all the Instagram, Twitter, Snap, YouTube, all that. We got the YouTube going on with A Radio. We got the Facebook going on with A Radio. We got all that. You know, it's just everywhere. Ain't no reason not to get involved. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, each one teach one. Give somebody a hug today. Why the hell not? It's motherfucking Friday. You know what I'm saying? Cheers to that. Cheers to it. Hey, so, you know, Quinn, we're going to make sure that you, we follow up with you. You know what I'm saying? And see how you progressing and things of that nature. On that level. For sure. And just, you know, one more rundown for these for the people. I'm gonna run down these resources, and then we're gonna wrap up and get up out of here today. So we got the Human Rights Campaign, which is HRC. You can find them at the hotline that's hrc.org. We also have the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. They can be reached there, or the hotline.org. So we have all those. Oh, yeah, one more. I'm sorry. WomenAgainstAbuse.org. That's the local joint for Philly. So anybody, you know, like I said, thank y'all for tuning in. And anybody who is an artist, got a Red Cup confession, any of that nature, you know, music, you got a poet, you know, whatever. You got a brand, a business, whatever. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking for artists. We're looking for them live interviews, whatever you got. We right here with it. Red Cup Confessions, aradio.com. I am Mahogany Major. You already know, baby. Let's get it. Make sure y'all shop on that Amazon storefront situation, Major Pointers. It's amazon.com/shop/I am Mahogany Major. Get up on that cuffing season. You already know, baby. Let's get it. Cheers. Have a good day.